Dark shade of my hair, I think there's a candor to it, as if it's open and I bear, sharing its insides as a gift. Maybe there are stars in its tips, curls an avenue which eclipse the obliqueness of my visage. I whisper to you, please come in. My penetralia is bare, and black too if you can see it. This woman is a void. Who cares if she's wet and can still submit, unfit for this once I now spit? Was I, but no longer does it grip me in the way most cruel and vast. I whisper to you, please come in. But he says now I can't go there. You saw the book keep, now be it. My heart beats and I breathe short air. With a logia my words spit and drown in shadows. I admit the text I keep. I want to quit. If it's not real, what of my past? Assailant of death, why do this? Tethered to a grey face that kills. Ophelia, I'll play the part. Shamtad's his favorite note. My vision, mother, it grows dark. That painting is a watercolour by William Wordsworth. It was commissioned by his friend John Linnell in, I believe, 1824, and was painted over a period of 2 weeks during, I quote, a fortnight's illness in bed. It's called The Wood of the Self-Murderers, the Harpies and the Suicides. The Harpies first appear in some of Homer's poems. They're a sort of half-woman, half-bird, wind demon thing. But it wasn't until Dante wrote his Inferno that we came to associate them with suicide. He proposed that within hell there was an infernal forest, where the trees enshrine the soul of those wretched who took their own life. They're silenced, but not eternally. When they're broken or bleeding, they can speak. I think the idea here is that Dante believed that if one were to deprive themselves of life, why should any simulacra of life be afforded to them in whatever comes after? It's a painful sterility, a stillness, an agonizing stillness befalls them. I believe this painting is so striking because Wordsworth captures that stillness in such a fervent way. It's like the painting itself silences you. It embodies and becomes the wood. It victimizes you. Suicidality is something I've had to struggle with for as long as I can remember. Sometimes the desire is stronger than usual, it's often weaker too, but it's always there. I think it comes with the other intrusions. Sometimes my head feels like a battlefield, like something that's fighting just to function against these intrusions. Everything I do, I can't escape this imagery that follows me, like I'm haunted, like I'm cracked in such a way that things can only get in and not out, but only the darkness. It's never the light that spoliates or enrapes my thoughts. It's burning, and it's viscera, and it's violence, and it's brutality, and I can't escape it. I can't escape it. I just want the ride to slow down, for these thoughts to be silenced. I just want to get off, to get away from these hurtling penetrations. That's where the longing comes from. That death is the only thing that could abate this cursed head. I had a dream a few nights ago, wherein I watched a woman who looked just like me sleep. And as she slept, someone snuck into her room, and they glued her face to her pillow with so much care and so much tenderness that she didn't wake up. And he waited for a reasonable hour to arise her, and then he attacked her, and she woke up terrified. Not terrified, sorry, there's no word for it. When all your humanity and your dignity has been rewarded from you, there's no word. And she tried to move. She tried to release herself from the glue that surrendered her to him. And as she removed herself from her bed, her skin stayed behind, bloodied and furnished to this pillow, and she turned to me, like time slowed down, and in this lulling of senses and time and pain, she could turn to me. I wish I could say in some twist of horror there was nothing at all where her face once was, but I saw it, the fat and the bone and the gore. I saw the bared teeth and the flailed nose and the still intact breasts and the seeded body, and she screamed. I know sorrow, I know death, but this isn't a scream I'd heard before. Now it follows me. Like tinnitus, this unworldly scream from this horrifying unreality follows me. But I will live. I have to live. Because I won't let it win, Lord. I won't let it win. And when it weighs me down, I won't surrender. I'll scream, more weight. Because stronger than weight is love, and I have love to live for. And stronger than weight is music, and I have music to live for. And stronger than that weight is God, and I have God to live for. And I deserve to live and love and sing and know God. They can't tell me I don't.
Oh, Holy One, I come before you today, in need of your healing hand. In you all things are possible. Hold my heart within yours and renew my mind, body and soul. I am lost, but I come to you with grace. You gave us life, and you also gave us the gift of infinite joy. Give me the strength to move forward on the path you've laid out for me. Guide me towards better health, and give me the wisdom to identify those you've placed around me to help me get better.
Covers it all, and they put a mind in it. Sometimes the soul's hot, and the women break laws against the walls, and the men drink too much, and nobody finds the one. But keep looking, if rolling yourself down the flesh covers the bone, and the flesh searches for more than flesh. There's no chance at all. We are all trapped by a singular fate. Nobody ever finds the one. The city dumps fill, the junkyards fill, the madhouses fill, the hospitals fill, the graveyards fill, nothing else fills.
factory of rape and despair. There's a piece of my mind I don't like. I say to her, I watched you die, yet she persists, takes a ghostly mantle in her lair.
She obscures herself. Maybe it's her eyes that weep, or her black sleeves, but she obscures herself.
I feel like we're alike in some ways, so I know she holds it with regret. She doesn't feel known by anyone yet. She looks detached with a loving gaze.
I can't wait to see you when this week ends. Her oeuvre, however, was never making friends. I want to cry, but I can't quite.
The tide has not magically flowed. Somewhere sequestered, it roars and roars. It reminds me of a Sheila and a gig. They were stone statues people would use to ward off evil. People say they were based on Kale, the ancient hag, but it's all up in the air now.
When Judgment Day is drawing nigh, where shall I be? When God the work of man shall try, where shall I be? When ease the fire shall roar, where shall I be? How will it be with my poor soul? Where shall I be? Oh, where shall I be when the first trumpet sounds? Oh, where shall I be when it sounds so loud? It sounds so loud as to wake up the dead. Where shall I be when it sounds? When wicked man his wrath shall see, where shall I be? And to the rocks and mountains flee, where shall I be? When hills and mountains flee away, where shall I be? And all the work of man decay, where shall I be? Oh, where shall I be when the first trumpet sounds? Oh, where shall I be when it sounds?